I'd love to start just by getting the panelists' reaction to what's here, because you guys have seen this data, you know it well, both at the team and league level. And Kathy, we'll start with you, because the NBA is widely perceived and thought to be at the forefront of this movement.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say this is not an area where I think you celebrate success, because it is a work in progress. And so there's a lot more that we need to do, regardless of the grades. I think these are important, but they're just a snapshot. And so the work that we're doing, both at the league, all of our leagues, and with our teams, is essential to our success. And so I think as I said, the grades are helpful, but the work around it is really much more important to me, and what we're doing in terms of pipeline development, what we're doing in terms of professional development, differentiated development for whether it's women or people of color. Those are more important to us than whether or not the grades fluctuate, which they're going to. But this isn't an area that I think any of us are proud of, frankly, no matter what grade you get. I mean, I think, this is an issue in our industry. You only have to look around this room to know that.
And if you look at the team piece on the NFL side, Kevin, you live this day to day. We'll love your thoughts on what your experience and what you're seeing across the league with your team counterparts.
I mean, one of the things that's important for me, as Kathy said, is kind of where we are and where we can go. And we just have so many opportunities to get better. One of the good things that's happening now is that we're talking about these issues, and also I know, speaking as a person who's coming into his 21st year in the National Football League, truly respect and admire the league. We've done some incredible things together collectively and at the team level. This 100th anniversary that's coming up next year, I feel strongly that this is an opportunity for the NFL to really take a hard look at, as you said, being a data person, as the data and information, to really say, what are we going to do? It's one thing to have a grade. It's no different for us to have children who have children. It's one thing to have a grade, but then the other thing is that what are you going to do about it? And so it is what it is right now, but it should not stay that way. And one good thing about all of our probably jobs is that we get a chance to travel around the world. We live in a diverse world. And the other thing I'll say is that people are watching. And I know, speaking in our league, players, coaches, staff, fans, and we've seen what certain fans or people can do with certain companies and brands in our industry, that if you get on the wrong side of certain issues with fans, you got problems. And now with social media, you just can't control it. So one of the things I've tried to do all that I can do, and in our organization, I was promoted to Chief Operating Officer in 2015, and we had no executive women, and we reorganized the organization, and now we have 4 women, some of which are here, Vice President of Finance, Vice President of Legal, Vice President of People and Culture, and VP of Partnership Activation. But even for me, this is something I think about every single morning. We need to get more women in our organization at either Senior VP or Executive Vice President. I look forward to the day that we have a woman and a person of color, a black person, who's actually a president of an NFL club. And those are things, and even commissioner of the league. I think these are the topics, whether they make people feel uncomfortable or not, that we have to start, one, talking about, but we need to start putting things in place from an educational level, all the way from high school, college, and in an entry-level job position, to put people of color and women in positions that if they work hard and are qualified, that they get a chance, that they don't look that there's a cap on what they can and cannot do in the league. So I'm passionate about that. Great. And we'll do everything we possibly can.
MLS?
Yeah, from a Major League Soccer standpoint, I know we're really proud of where we are. We have 15 females, 15 women who are at the vice president ranking or higher. And, Joanne Neal, who's my boss that I report to, she's actually been promoted to president and chief administrative officer of our organization. So we're really excited and thrilled about that. The one thing I do like about the data is that those arrows are trending up, which is a good thing. And so it's great that we're having these conversations, having these particular talks. I know another point too, for us at Major League Soccer, 40% of our staff are people of color. And so again, I'm an old football guy. I know Kevin from way back when in my NFL days, but being able to make the switch to come over to Major League Soccer has been great. We got a world game. We're on the world stage. And again, I know Kevin talked about it makes sense, but it also makes sense, again, from a global perspective. As we continue to trend in this direction, I think we need to start thinking about the financial implications that it has regarding our staffing, what we're doing, other demographics that we can reach that we're not even thinking about. I mean, these are significant issues that will help us kind of move sports forward and advance the game of soccer, but also sports at large.